just a bad day, not a bad life. Friends, and welcome back to Bucket List Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn and welcome. Thank you for choosing my channel to watch. It's a little noisy out here and it's not my chickens. The blue jays are fighting. Today's video is just going to be a little bit different and I'll get to that in a minute. I'm outside because it has been raining for 7 days straight here in our part of Ontario, and we have flooding. We are lucky we're not flooding like necessarily in our yard, but flooding is going around. It's all over, very bad. A lot of the provinces actually are experiencing it, and I know some of you are experiencing a drought, which is amazing to us here because we've been so wet, but this has been our springs lately. Very, very wet spring and then an insanely dry summer. I'm just looking in my garden. I think chipmunks are still getting into this maybe because I see, or maybe the birds have dropped sunflower seeds as they've been going over. So, I have a lot to talk to you about today, and I'm going to end with positivity because there's going to be a lot of maybe negativity in the beginning of this video, but I will try and end with a positive note. First thing is, I have had to repeat to myself many times the last couple of weeks that it's just a bad day, not a bad life. I've also been saying the Lord's Prayer many times, several times a day over the last couple of weeks, and just trying to give it to God. I struggle with that. I am a worrier, and I stress about having stress and not having stress, and I'm a stressor, and giving it to God has always been a struggle for me. I try every day to give my worries to God. First things first, I haven't been able to film anything. This is the first film I have filmed since my grocery haul video over a week ago. I've been dealing with some health problems. The funny thing is I have not been feeling well for a very long time. But I'm used to not feeling well, which is kind of sad in itself. But it finally came to a head about 2 weeks ago where I just had zero energy, was sleeping a lot, just did not feel right. Finally got to the doctor. My blood pressure has gone sky high. I've struggled with blood pressure for a few years now. Because during my last... my battle with cancer the second time with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, I developed blood clots in my chest and one in my brain. And the clots, thank goodness, are gone, but they left scar tissue behind on those arteries. And the way my doctor explained it, the blood has to pump much harder now to get through those. And which is why my blood pressure has been so high, because it's having to pump so hard. And I've been on medication for a few years. I've done everything. I've lost weight. I changed my diet. And she said that's not going to help because of the scar tissue. So she had to up my medication. And when I say it was high, I mean my bottom number was in the high triple digits. And she said that's a lot of my issues with why I'm not feeling well. But the problem is the higher dose of medication comes with a lot of side effects. So I've been dealing with them. Today I'm feeling a little bit better. Still not feeling great, but the Eastern Ontario Homesteaders Conference is this weekend, and I'm going. I am sucking it up, and I'm going because I don't want to miss it. One of the side effects is I am insane. This is from the high blood pressure and the medication, so I've got two things working against me. My eyes have become insanely sensitive to light. I've been wearing sunglasses some days in the house because the light in the house is even too much. The light from the TV, you name it. I guess if there's one blessing with all this rain, it hasn't been insanely sunny and bright, so that's helped save me, but I don't know if you can all see, like, my eyes are pretty puffy still. They're actually a lot better than they were, and I don't know if you can see, but they've been very, very red. They are 100% better than they were even yesterday, so I'm getting there. Using a lot of eye drops that I got. But yeah, so it's been very hard to film when you're not feeling well. It's also been hard to film a garden build when we're having a flood. Or what feels like a flood. I mean, it has just rained so much. Like, I see plant pots here. I don't know if you can see them. Let me turn you around. That might be easier. The plant pot here is just full of water. And these have been dumped several times already. And that's just like wherever there's a pot, there's a lot of water. So I'm trying not to stress about that. We are now, it's May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. And, oh, that reminds me, some of our chickens were actually born on May the 4th. They're 3 years old today. We have just, it's hard, and I'm trying not to worry about it. David keeps telling me, don't worry, we will get to it. We bought a torch because we want to torch the boards to preserve them, because I don't want to paint them or stain them. One, it will take forever. Two, torching is cool. It really makes a cool effect. And it doesn't make them waterproof, but it makes them water resistant. And I don't want to, because I don't want to put the chemicals from the stains or the paints or the protect, you know, the clear coat, whatever, into my ground. I don't want to do that. So this is what we come up with. Well, the torch we bought did not come with the hose we need to hook up to the propane tank. And we have tried to buy, I don't know how many hoses now, and none of them are fitting. So now we're going to have to take that propane torch, or the torch, back and just buy a whole set that comes with the hose. So that's been a bummer. So that's going to set us back. Which we couldn't use it anyway because it's been raining. And this weekend's supposed to be beautiful. But again, I'm going to be gone all weekend to the conference, which I'm happy to. And I'm glad it's going to be nice for the conference. But that means it's going to be until next week before we work on the garden build. So yeah, nothing has changed. We haven't even been able to, we did buy all our dirt. So we got dirt there. And there's, I don't know if you can see, but through the greenhouse there's dirt on our porch. So we did get our dirt. We had a great deal on it. Fabulous. It's really nice dirt. We haven't been able to come out here and even fill the beds. I still have to get some compost too, more compost. We haven't been able to fill our beds because it has been raining. And darn it, I just realized some things got left out here last week when we planted some of our cooler weather crops. Darn. Okay, I'll have to put them up on the porch. So yeah, that. And then there's been some personal things that have happened. That's where the Lord's Prayer comes in. So I've been dealing with that. It's just a lot. And I have to, and like I said, I have to tell myself it's not a bad life. It's a bad day. And I am grateful for my life. I love my life. And I am grateful every day that I am still here. But boy, I wish God didn't trust me so much with what I can handle. So yeah, so if you don't see a lot of videos this week, that's why, because I haven't been able to film any. I'm going to try and do footage at the conference, but I also want to enjoy the conference, so we'll see how that goes. It's going to really mess up my algorithms with YouTube, and my channel will probably tank for a bit, which is another stress that I don't really need, because to be honest, my channel's been struggling a bit. And we have new rules coming into effect for Canada that our wonderful government has decided to poke their nose in, called C11. And if our content is not deemed Canadian enough, we will not get promoted on YouTube as much. And YouTube already has told our government that they're not going to promote us, you know, like give us favor over other countries or whatnot, which they shouldn't. So I honestly don't know the future of my channel going forward. I love doing videos. I love talking with all of you. I feel like I have, at my last count, I had 1,395. I keep going up and down. I keep losing and gaining subscribers, but I have almost 1,400 friends, which I never in a million years thought I would say. And it's sad that I don't want to, I enjoy doing this. I learn from all of you. You all make my day when I get comments that you know, you're trying something new because of something you saw that I did, like that. You all don't know how much that means to me, because I am, you know, I'm nothing special. I just, you know, have decided I don't want to live my life a certain way anymore. I want to live it the way I want to, and I'm not scared to take chances anymore. It's funny how cancer takes away a lot of your fear about things. And I just, you know, if I can do these things, you all can. That's what I hope to get across, and it seems I do a lot of times, so thank you. So, yeah, that's been pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about. You know, and the weather hasn't certainly helped the mood either. So my doctor and I have a game plan for my health. I get a bunch of blood work done next week. I also have my yearly cancer checkup in 2 weeks, which is more blood work. Yay, because Lynn just loves giving blood. I never used to mind, but chemo has hurt my veins, which makes getting blood out of my veins hard. I really wanted to do this video outside because I just need to get some fresh air. I have to take the kids to the orthodontist. Actually, David's coming home because I'm still not, I'm still a little nervous to drive because of my eyes. So he's on his way home and we're all going to go to the orthodontist. But it's a busy month. Aiden's got a track meet tomorrow, so we can't leave for the conference till after his track meet is done, which, what's the luck that his track meet would be the one Friday that I actually want to go somewhere and do something. I never do. But that's okay. We'll go and cheer him on. He's running in 2 races this year, so, you know, hopefully he does well. So that's all the negative. Now, enough with the pity party. Let's do some positive. And there is some things have been happening in the garden, even with all this rain. So I'm going to show you cold weather seeds that we planted about 2 weeks ago. The iceberg lettuce, the radicchio, and the butter crunch lettuces. Ooh, those are tiny. Can you see them right there? There they are. They're all coming up. So yay. The herb garden is definitely stinging nettles exploding. The lemon and lime balms are coming up. The chocolate mint. I believe that's apple mint. Those are sunflowers coming up there. Got some weeds I got to come dig out. Looks like more mint. Lavender. It looks like it's greening up in places. So hopefully, I never have luck with lavender. So hopefully this year will be the year. I actually have chives I can come harvest. Wow. I gotta come. Oh, we even got some blossoms coming out on there. The oregano is growing nice, so things are definitely happening. Not much to see in the strawberries, but the strawberries are coming up. My rhubarb is looking amazing. I just put these here so Aiden wouldn't run over them when he was spreading the dirt for me. Look at that. I'll be harvesting that sooner than I think. Elderberries are leafing up. Look at them. They're doing amazing. Looking so wonderful. Pear tree died. We won't talk about that today. I'm not doing any more negative. Rose bushes are budding up. Looks like the cherry tree did well. I just took this off the other day. So that cherry tree is doing well. This is my first cherry tree that the kids and David got me for Mother's Day a few years ago, and I replanted it up here. That's doing well. I have a fig tree over here. I hope it's doing okay. And the apples are starting to get their leaves. And look at my gorgeous daffodils. More apples starting to. Ooh, that might even be a blossom getting ready to start. But my beautiful daffodils that I planted last fall with the kids are coming up and looking gorgeous. Another rose bush over there. Garlic is coming up beautifully. Whoops, sorry. So that's doing really well. Oh, we have to get out here and weed whack a little bit. We're trying to do a no-mow May like we usually do, you know, to help the pollinators. But we also have a tick problem here. So no-mow May makes David a little nervous because of the ticks, but we're trying to go as long as we can. Our weather's supposed to turn this week and be much warmer and where we're supposed to be. I also have just some tulips coming up here. Can you see? Yep. And my bleeding heart's coming up. My trilliums, which were here when we moved in. Let me do this way. Trilliums, the white ones, red ones. This is a mess in here. It's more weeds than flowers. The dog used to come out front, so I kind of gave up on this years ago. Oh, I might try and clean it up this year, but we'll see. There's the bleeding heart over there. And there's even more. What's funny is these tulips over here. You can see them. Let me zoom in. I didn't plant those. I think those were planted for me by a chipmunk or a squirrel. Or I might have planted them. They're probably ones I did plant and they got replanted on me. And in our mess here, I've got, oops, me on zoom here. I've got more tulips coming up. Again, we stopped planting things here because it's not good for your foundation to have plants growing in front of it. And so I stopped doing it. But these, again, I think these were, I did plant tulips here and I thought I got them all. So I'm hoping to get them all this year so we can do that. Hoping to start hardening off plants next week because it's getting pretty crowded in the house. So there are some positives happening on the homestead this week. So I'm going to try and end that with that. Take that feeling with me into the weekend because I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends. I hope they like everything I made them. And we're going to have more noise here because a farmer's coming down the road with tractor and David just got home. So thank you for listening to me whine and complain. And I know you all understand if there's not a lot of content in the next week or so. I'm going to do my best. I'll put this out on Sunday, so at least that algorithm will still be right, because I usually put a video out on Sunday. And maybe by Wednesday I will be able to get footage from the conference and everything together for you, so maybe I won't be off my analytics too bad. We'll see. Trying not to worry about it. And I hope you're all doing well. If you are not getting enough rain, if you're droughting, I'll pray for you to get rain. And if you're getting too much rain, I'll be praying for you to stop getting so much rain. Until then, folks, take care. God bless. And we'll see you all soon. And remember, it's a bad day, not a bad life.